Hello everyone. Welcome to this online session from us to you. Nice to interact with you all once again. I am Anandi Ravindra from the Department of Mathematics, Vidyashram. In today's session, the topic chosen is partial fractions. It is a chapter under the unit algebra, and the weightage of this chapter for the final exam is 5 marks. It's a sure question for 5 marks. Now, let's see what are partial fractions. The definition goes like any rational fraction. Now, what is the meaning of the word rational fraction is like rational number. Any rational number will be written in the form p by q, where the denominator is not 0 and p and q are integers. Same way, when I say rational fraction, here also it is written in the form p of x by q of x, which means numerator is a polynomial and denominator is also a polynomial and denominator is not 0, which can be expressed as sum of simple fractions, which are called as partial fractions. Now, the process of simplifying it into simple fractions is called as resolving into partial fractions. So, when they ask you in the question also, question paper, it will be asked as resolve into partial fractions. For that, an example is 5x minus 4 by x plus 1 into x minus 2. So, this is a rational fraction. You could see numerator is a polynomial and denominator is also a polynomial. Now, this should be simplified and written as 3 by x plus 1. These are all simple fractions, 3 by x plus 1 plus 2 by x minus 2. When you see, the denominator terms are the same. Now, this resolving of into partial fractions calls for how you get this number 3 and number 2. So, we will solve problems to see how we do it. Next, we shall see what are the conditions required for resolving it into partial fractions. So, once the rational fraction is given, what is the first condition you should look for? The condition is the degree of the numerator should be less than the degree of denominator. Now, what is meant by degree? Degree means the highest power of x is called as the degree. That is, suppose I say 3x plus 4 divided by x square minus 2x plus 3. Now, here the degree of the numerator, what is the power of x in the numerator? It is 1. Highest power of x in the denominator, it is 2. So, the degree of the numerator is 1 and the degree of denominator is 2. So, for it to be a proper fraction, the degree of the numerator should be less than the degree of denominator. Only then we can resolve it into partial fractions. If not, then you have to convert it, get it into some proper fraction, and then we have to proceed. That we will study in due course of time in the various types of solving of partial fractions. Now, the first type is, that is, when the denominator consists of linear non-repeated factors. What's the meaning of linear? Linear means the highest power of x is 1. So, look at the power of x here, it is 1, and here also the power of x is 1. So, linear factors and they are not repeated. X plus 1 and x minus 2, they are two different terms. So, when they are different, how do we go about? 5x minus 4 by into x minus 2. Now, how do we take this? We take it as a by, you all remember I had told you our main aim is how we get that a and b. So, plus b by x minus 2. Had there been one more term, you have to take it as c by that. Now, let's take LCM here. LCM is x plus 1 into x minus 2. So, how do we find out? If you want to find out the terms in the numerator, compare the LCM with each denominator, find out which term is missing. Here which term is missing? Which term is missing? X minus 2 is missing. So we write it as A into X minus 2 plus B into, now here which term is missing? It's X plus 1. Compare the LCM with the denominator. Which term is missing? X plus 1. So we write it as X plus 1. Now our aim is to compare the numerators. What are the numerators? So 5x minus 4 is equal to A into 2 plus B into X plus 1. Now, our aim is to determine the values of A and B. There are many techniques to find the values of A and B. I'll teach you a simple technique by which you can determine those values. Now, take each term of the denominator and equate it to 0. So, which is the first term? X plus 1 equal to 0. So, which means the value of X is minus 1. Now, in this expression, you might wonder why I have not taken the denominators. Denominators are the same on the left side as well as on the right side. So, when something is the same, there is no need to compare it. When something, they are not alike, we need to compare and check in order to get the values of A and B. So, what we do is, we take one term of the denominator, equate it to 0, get the value of X. Substitute that value of X. So, this will become 5 into minus 1 minus 4 equals A into minus 1 minus 2 plus B into, we have already taken X plus 1 as 0. So, it is B into 0. So, this gives you minus 5 minus 4 is equal to A into minus 1 minus 2 is minus 3. This will become B into 0 is 0. So, minus 9 is equal to minus 3A, or A will be equal to minus 9 by minus 3, which is equal to 3. So, the value of A is 3. Likewise, we shall find out the value of B. Same way, take the other denominator. What is the other denominator? X minus 2. Put that as 0. X minus 2 is equal to 0, which means X is equal to 2. When I say X is equal to 2, substitute it in the same expression. So, 5 into 2 minus 4 equals A into X minus 2 is already equal to 0. So, this is 0 plus B into, what is X plus 1 here? What do you substitute? So, it becomes 2 plus 1. So, this will be 10 minus 4 is equal to, this becomes 0, it becomes B into 3. So, 6 is equal to 3B, which means B is equal to 6 divided by 3, 2. So, the value of B is equal to 2. Now that we have got the values of A and B, we need to substitute in this. So, the required answer will be, answer is, substitute the value of A. What is the value of A? 3 divided by X plus 1 plus, what's the value of B? 2. 2 divided by X minus 2. That's all. This is the answer you get. Once again, I'll explain. What we do is, the denominator consists of linear, non-repeated factors. So, we take it as A by X plus 1, one of the factors, plus B by the other factor. Then we take LCM. LCM is multiply the two denominators, check which term is missing. Compare the LCM with each denominator, find out which term is missing, multiply the numerator by that. Here, between these two, X minus 2 is missing, we multiplied A with X minus 2 plus B into, what is missing here? X plus 1, we multiplied it with X plus 1. Since the denominators are the same, we ignore it. we only equate the numerators. So 5x minus 4 is equal to a into x minus 2 plus b into x plus 1. How to get the values of a and b? This is one of the techniques. Each term substitute it to 0 and get the value of x. Now that I've got the value of x, substitute in this expression for x. So I substituted x as minus 1. Wherever x is there, substitute and get the value of one of them. We have got the value of a. Likewise, substitute the other denominator also to 0. Get the value of x, substitute it in the same expression and get the value of the other variable, which is b. So we have got b as 2. So the simple fractions will be replacing these values of a and b in this. So the question is equal to this. So we substitute this. So this complicated rational fraction has been simplified into simple fractions. So 3 by x plus 1 plus 2 by x minus 2. I hope you all have understood. Just follow this. I'll give you one simple sum. I want you to practice, solve, try it at home and see. That is x plus 1 divided by x minus 2 into x minus 1. Same type, just follow the same type. Instead of 5x minus 4, I have given you x plus 1. Instead of x plus 1 into x minus 2, x minus 2 into x minus 1. Follow the same pattern and I want you to solve this. I hope all of you have understood this. Do solve that sum and see, children. If you have any doubts, I'll always follow it up in the next session. Thank you, children.